quick save and then reload, quick save. Why is it? I know how developers like to use different buttons, so why is it either F8 or F9? Sometimes it's F8, sometimes it's F9. It's like, just pick one. It's always different every time, too. Dog, you leveled up. All you get is a point in an ability, and you have maxed out abilities, so, yeah. If you play well, logged in, your online profile will get a cheese squits and shit. Now that is a dragon. Archdemon. Ooh. Fight me, bitch. I think I'll summon mages. In this, generally, they recommend Dalish elves for the range attacks, because the Archdemon does go over here where he's untargetable by melee.
Direct me.
Spam those spells, Minch. I believe he's most weak to nature damage. Although none of our allies have nature damage, so. Hey look, it's Archdemon and frickin' Irving. Fight me. Guys, keep top off on your mana. Oh god, Archdemon about to croak it. Did Irving croak it? No, he's right here. He's not even doing anything. Hey, what's his face is here too. Yeah, there's a bunch of people you could convince to come help out with the final fight. Did the Archdemon move to his perch? Or has he gone to his final spot? No, he's at his perch. So I believe until we kill, oh god, yeah, Archdemon is about to bite the dust. I believe you could like move this ballista and shoot ballista bolts. I think he's still aggroed on me from my taunt, so.
As you wish. Let's get started.
It's actually very super useful.
That's finished.
Yes, indeed. Vortex me over here and not my allies over there. Why are my allies over here? You fucking idiots. Go attack this thing. Get out of the fucking vortex, you dumbass. What are you guys doing?
When that's ready.
Here, you could
So
crush him. Do some range attacks on him. You can? Yeah, you can. Wow. Cardall. Oh, did Eamon actually die? That's funny. Get wrecked, Eamon. You're old. It's stupid. Pop this. You guys stop freaking. Oh my god. Alright, I want you to use Mass Rejuve so that everyone gets a better health regen, and then pop everyone off. Or top everyone off. So that good heals. Alright, now he's over there. Irving's alive. I assume that's Eamon just dead on the ground like a dumbass. Look at these mages just tanking the fucking Inferno while their freaking first enchanter is busy fighting the Archdemon like a boss. Wow, these mages are more tanky than the frickin' soldiers, than the soldiers that have been fighting, like the Red Cliff soldiers and the dwarves. Like, I only lost 3 the first time I used them, and I still have all 9. Oh wait, why am I Leliana? I'll switch to you. Pop everyone off. Okay, take that. Take this. Can you fuck off?
Alright, battle it is then.
Oh! Did I get it? I did it! That's perfect. I got the final kill, bitches. That was the easiest freaking fight in comparison to all the other fights leading up to it. The High Dragon was more difficult. Then again, I did have an army of, you know, mages just casting spells left and right, and mages in this game are OP. Dead. Now finish him. Hey, there's what's his face? Tegan. Van Tegan. Amazing, isn't it? Why are there Templars here? I mean, I get it. The Templars probably came with mages, but I'm pretty sure they're like, we can't help you. We're too busy doing things over here at the Circle Tower.
And then it was over.
Yes, it was.
With the Archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its new king.
Alistair.
Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
The cost of sleeping with a witch of the wilds. That's the cost.
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the final charge against the Archdemon remains with us still. An inspiration to all she saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, may I formally present my betrothed, who will soon be your queen. My friend, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. As a reward, and as an engagement present, I offer you a boon of your choice.
The sacrifices of the Warden should not be forgotten again.
Now that's a very good point. I think we can begin with a monument here in Denerim, dedicated to the Grey Wardens who have fallen. Duncan, Riordan, all of them. And it is high time some scholars were collected to learn more about the Darkspawn. We'll face them again, with the dwarves as well as here. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. So what are your plans? I assume with the wedding you will be remaining in Ferelden.
I think you'll need my help.
Well, I didn't want to come right out and say it, but I'm relieved you'll be nearby. There's a group of Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you're ready.
So, this is the epilogue, and where's my Starfang? How dare you remove my sword and shield? I'll wear my Kuzlin shield, because...
So, we made it. I'm impressed, aren't you? I was so scared that I might lose you. But here you are. And here I am. Not bad, right? I guess Morrigan was telling the truth after all. About the ritual. The rest of the Grey Wardens haven't arrived yet for more lay. But they've already sent questions. What should I tell them?
Tell them the truth.
That a Maleficar saved you and then ran off to have my demon baby? That has a certain ring to it, right? No, I suppose I'll just keep that to myself. I can shrug and look stupid. It's a talent. Speaking of Morrigan, do you know where she went? I'm told she vanished right after the battle. No goodbyes or anything.
She doesn't want to be followed.
I'm just concerned about what that ritual is going to cost eventually. At any rate, I can't wait to be alone with you. These formal affairs drive me insane.
Meet you upstairs later?
Oh, I'll be waiting. Don't you worry. I'll let you get to your adoring public. They want to see the hero of Ferelden, and who am I to keep them waiting?
Oh yes, because I thought we were called the Warden, but I guess it's true we are called the Hero of Ferelden from now on. And if, let's say, the Hero of Ferelden died killing the Archdemon, the DLC for Awakening, that person's called the Warden Commander, who's a separate character, who's just called the Warden Commander. So yeah. Hey, you're alive. I saw you die in battle.
It is over. I can barely believe it. You stopped the civil war and then defeated the Blight. On behalf of Ferelden, allow me to say thank you. It truly cannot be said enough.
I'm a Grey Warden, because that's what heroes do.
So I'm learning. It's good that you're staying here in the capital. The hero of Ferelden will have influence, and there is much to be done. Myself, I will be remaining here to help Alistair. Tegan will take
Same.
over all of Redcliffe, at least for the time being. Connor seems well enough, and Isolde refuses to speak of what happened. She says she never wants to go back. I cannot thank you enough for saving them. They are the joy of my existence. Tell me, have you noticed anything strange about the lad? He seems quiet.
Considering what he's been through?
You are no doubt correct. It is my imagination, I am sure. But here I am rambling on.
I believe that's dialogue if you have him corrupted, but I don't think we had the option since we're not a mage, so it's quite literally just a cop-out.
So it survived after all. My impression that all creatures made of flesh were hopelessly squishy was, premature.
You thought I would die, I suppose.
Well, it is going to die eventually. Just not right now. It has made me revise my opinion of its kind. My kind. I am, or at least was, a dwarf. A creature of flesh. I have to keep reminding myself that. In fact, I think I may even try to become one again.
Oh, reverse the process? Would you want to?
There are advantages to being flesh. I think I would like to try. Wynn has
You want to
offered
bang
accompany
something,
me
don't
to
you?
Tevinter to speak with the mages there. The Circle of Minrathrus has the largest collection of arcane knowledge in
Who is it?
Thedas. If it
Was
is
it Ogren?
possible to reverse this process,
Severin.
then the knowledge
Severin's
to
pretty
do
sexy,
so will
so
be
I
there.
understand that.
Well, that is my hope. And if not, then I will keep looking. I have nothing if not time, yes.
I was hoping you would travel with me.
That is tempting, very tempting. But no, this is something I must do. I intend to return eventually, unless I finally decide to destroy all pigeons everywhere. That may take a
All
while,
pigeons
but otherwise I
everywhere.
will come back. If it happens to one day see a tiny little dwarf who appears very nervous of being squished, that will be me. Until then, I wish it well. You have been a fine friend.
Fergus. My brother.
When I heard that my little sister was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly. Father, he would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good.
I knew I should have looked harder for you.
I'm not sure you wouldn't have just been wasting your time, to be honest. I never made it to the Battle at Ostagar. We were still scouting in the wilds when we were attacked by a party of Darkspawn. Most of my men were killed. I woke up 2 weeks later in a chase-in hut, wounded and feverish. By the time I was able to sneak out of the wilds, you were already marching to Denerim. I tried to get word to High Ever. You can imagine what happened, I suppose.
I'm sorry about Orin and Oriana.
Yes, I'm trying not to think too much about them. Hal was a greedy, traitorous bastard. I just wish I'd been there to help you kill him. At least Amaranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope.
If I could get away.
Good. High Ever won't be the same without everyone around. Take care of yourself, you hear? Or I'll find you and nag you like Mother did until you're ready to tear out your hair.
Leliana.
So here we are. The conquering heroine has won the day, and now she takes her bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
You should be taking a bow with me.
And my part was small. I'm happy to watch you receive the accolades. It's quite fun. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. You should know. I'm thinking of going back to Orlais for a while, to find Marjolaine. I don't know how long I'll be gone.
Are you coming back?
I'll try. This is something I have to do, however, on my own. Perhaps we will see each other when I return. I look forward to it. Until then, be well. May the Maker watch over you.
Interesting.
I will be relieved when all this pomp and ceremony is done. Such events are perfect opportunities for assassins, after all. I can't help but expect the crows to appear at any moment, which would be a welcome break, mind you.
Think the crows will still come after you?
Eventually. With Taliesin dead, it may take them time to figure out what has happened. But they are like the tides, predictable. You know, it does occur to me that staying in one place is only going to invite the crows to find me that much quicker. While fun, that might eventually get complicated. You said earlier that you are planning on remaining here. Is that true?
You're thinking of leaving, aren't you?
That was the idea. See the world, meet some people, rob a few of them blind. Do you have something different in mind?
You're welcome to stay.
Then let the crows bring it on. I can mock them while you crush their skulls. It's the sort of thing that made us friends, after all. Brings a tear to the eye, really. Well then, since I am sticking around, I suppose we'll have plenty of time to speak later, yes? So go on and get paraded about. It's fun to watch. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you and make sure no one gets a clear shot. Not without paying me a great deal of coin, anyhow.
They can't get me, I'm wearing my full armor. The most they'll do is like a pinch of damage.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel?
It's a little strange.
Of that I have no doubt. It's a title you'll be wearing for a long time to come, just as Loghain wore his. But it's not so bad, is it?
Was it Hero of the
A
River
blight
Dane or
defeated
something like
with
that?
the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better?
I didn't do it on my own.
I don't think many heroes ever do. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. Not that I've gone without notice. Irving asked me to take over as first enchanter, but I don't wish to go back. Not after all this. Instead, I've decided to travel. Shale has expressed a desire to go to Devinter to look into a way to regain her mortality. And I will join her.
I was hoping you might stay with me.
I understand you are remaining in Denerim, so we will likely see each other a great deal. I look forward to it. For now, I imagine the hero of Ferelden still has much to do. Good luck.
It's interesting seeing, like, because in one of the playthroughs I killed Shale to have the golems, to have Caridan's golems on my side. And Wynn was like, I'm going to stay here to advise the king, or the queen in that playthrough. Because I had Honora, sorry, my brain. I'm trying to think of, I was like, that's not how you say her name, Honora. She's like, I'm going to advise the queen as a thing, because Shale was not alive during that play save. Now she wants to travel because Shale's alive. And Leliana wants to go hunt down Marjolaine, but in that playthrough I killed Marjolaine. She's like, I'm going to stay here with you because she had nothing else, left to do in Orlais. I don't know, just interesting, like how
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Who would have thought? Does that mean you're staying here?
For now. They may have already branded me a surfacer back home anyhow. I'm getting used to that big sky up there. And I'm thinking I might just look up Felsi again. See where that goes.
I thought Felsi was standing next to you. Glad you two are happy.
I'll drink to that. Well, enough babbling. That pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong.
What, Tegan's here? I thought he was back at at Redcliffe. Don't ever change.
Who, me? It's been good traveling with you, Warden. Don't get lost in the shuffle now.
Is this not Felsi right here? Certainly looks like Felsi to me. Doggy. Oh, I can't talk to my doggy. So, the last one is Sten.
It is good to see you again, Kadan. These people, they call you hero. It is a strange word, but I think I understand its meaning. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunor Anvel, one who serves as an example to others.
Such examples are always made after their death, however. A death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vale would be too proud.
Do the Kunari celebrate and put on parades?
When a Kunoran Vale is declared, certainly. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
That would be quite the sight.
It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions.
Jesus.
I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
That will be a long trip home.
Yes. It will be difficult to travel alone, after so much time spent with companions. It must be said, you found my sword and gave me a chance to restore my honor. I owe you a great debt.
You helped me as well. It's been good.
It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps I shall see you again one day. Until then, may you always find the path you seek. Farewell, Kadan.
So, see this dog here? I'm pretty sure this is Morrigan. Based on what the wiki says. Because based on if you take the ritual and are friends with her, this dog appears. But if you don't take the ritual and you're either not friends with her or whatever, this dog won't be here. Plus, it's the same model of the dog she appears as if you refuse the ritual, because she'll basically call you a fool, that she's not willing to see you, her friend, die, so she just turns into this dog and runs away. So, basically people say that this is Morrigan basically watching your coronation, watching you go, not without actually, saying goodbye. Anyway, let's...
Are you ready, my lady? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
In the months that followed his coronation, Alistair proved to be a popular king, if largely unwilling to involve himself in matters of governing. He traveled often, making appearances in towns throughout Ferelden to the great delight of the commoners. They referred him as the king with the common touch, even if a few knew it was a simple aversion to life at court. Zoe married King Alistair in a lavish ceremony 6 months after his coronation, becoming the princess consort to Ferelden. The two toured the nation soon after, and the people were ecstatic to see how the king adored his new bride. News that the urn of sacred ashes had been found in Ferelden did not spread outside the Chantry until Brother Genetivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing his research and his experience with Andraste's cult grew a huge interest among scholars throughout Thedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of the Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. A ripple of excitement spread among the pious people of Thedas, with many undertakings pilgrimages to see the ashes or partake of their healing powers. Sorry, I'm kidding. I had some chest convulsions of gas because I just ate before I started recording, so. Following months of efforts, the Tower of Circle of Magi was finally cleansed of the last spirits to slip through the veil. No further abominations were created, and the first enchanter Irving was pleased to declare the circle safe. All that could be saved had been. With the slavers shut down in the alienage, a lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. The new king even named the local elder to his personal court. A scandal amongst the humans, but a sign of new hope to the elves. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the alienage community, and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but has served her people well. I will note, if Honora is queen, basically there's like another riot in the alienage, and she ends up executing a bunch of elves, so just saying, Honora is kind of a tyrant, just like her father. Arl Eamon remained in Denerim for some time, acting as a chancellor and chief advisor to King Alistair. Tegan ruled over Redcliffe in his stead, and was surprised to find himself well loved by the villagers, who were still grateful for the nights he spent defending their lives. In time, Eamon abdicated in favor of his brother, an event that locals greeted with approval and enthusiasm. The Dalish... also, I don't think that actually happens if Alistair isn't king. I think if Honora is queen, Eamon continues to be ruler of Redcliffe, so... There you go. Apparently Bantegan becomes the new Arl of Redcliffe, since he's too busy helping Alistair being king. The Dalish elves prospered after the siege of Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. The new keeper, Leliana was respected both amongst the Dalish as well as the Ferelden court. She was a voice of reason, and the other Dalish clans would turn to her help to resolve disputes with human folk. In time, many of the Dalish clans moved into the new land provided to them south of Ostagar. Wary of their new humans' elders, however, the tension soon rose again, and only Keeper Lanala's leadership kept peace alive. In Orzammar, King Harrowmont fought the prodigated battle against against Balin's rebellion that left him unable to gain the stability he needed. The clan lords objected to many of the measures in the assembly, and only his efforts to increase dwarven isolation from the surface was met with any success. In time, Harrowmont's health began to fail, and some claimed it was poison. Others saw it was a flagging spirit. Either way, after pro-traced illness, the king finally passed away. The wrangling assembly for a successor began almost immediately. And as I mentioned, if you got the dwarves, if you got golems for the dwarves, Harrowmont becomes a more tyrannical force for Orzammar, forcing more restrictions. Caste lists are no longer people. They basically must stay in their slum forever, never to be able to leave it. Surfacers are never allowed into Orzammar. Only Orzammar people are allowed in Orzammar, and Orzammar people who leave Orzammar are now no longer Orzammar people, so it's like very conservative. It's kind of sad that Harrowmont dies regardless of if you don't get the dwarves, but I find Balin, although being a more liberal of the group, he does become a liberal tyrant who decides to kill Harrowmont, and I find just getting rid of both of them for an even better king might be the best choice. Who knows? Maybe just getting a council there instead of a king, because clearly these kings can't freaking do their jobs. I don't know. Brother Burkle's new chantry in Orzammar drew a surprising number of converts amongst the dwarves. They quickly attracted a great deal of anger from more conservative quarters. Before long, the assembly severely restricted Andrastian's rights. Brother Burkle resisted and was slain while being arrested during a peaceful demonstration in the Commons. The assembly claimed it was an accident, but the news of the resulting riots reached the chantry on the surface, where the divine even I know I've said this word many times, and now it's not coming to me. She thought of a new exalted march. The Dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies at the rebuilt Circle Tower. Eventually, she published a comprehensive theory on how lyrium vapors related to the supply of magic. It gained a great deal of attention. Though the End of the Void was destroyed, rumors about its location crept into Orzammar. Years later, thanks to the defeat of the Archdemon on the surface, few determined smiths managed to locate the anvil's remains. They examined the ruins of the anvil, and upon returning to Orzammar with their findings, convinced the Shaperate to attempt to recreate Caridin's research. A new golem was created, bound with a spirit taken from the Fade. The golem immediately went insane, killing several Shaperates before it was destroyed. The research was branded excessively dangerous and sealed away. Whispers of existence circulated through Orzammar, however, and demand among the Smith caste to reopen Caridin's research refused to be abate. As good to her word, Morgan disappeared once the Archdemon was slain. Someone with Morgan's description was seen traveling alone months later, heading west through the Frostback Mountains. She may have been with child. As for Zoe's companions, they went their separate ways. Alistair remained in Denerim with his love for a time, much to Queen Amora's discomfort. He was eventually called to the Bara fortress of Weissap, the home of the Grey Wardens, and swore he would return to his lover's side soon. Interesting. So Alistair is the one who's called to Weissep, but not the hero Ferelden? That's kind of weird to think about. Like, wouldn't the hero Ferelden be called to Weissep while King Alistair stays in Ferelden? I mean, obviously he comes back, but it's just, thinking about it, it's like, what? That's weird. As the Blighted lands began to heal, the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt their order in Amaranthine. They discovered that the fight against Darkspawn was not yet complete. Though the Horde was routed and has dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many more powerful Darkspawn survived in organized roving warbands that preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These warbands spread havoc, and some even journeyed to west into Orlais or across the shining seas by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. But these tales is yet to be told. The tale ended when Zoe sank her blade into the Archdemon's head and destroyed it forever. It was not the last Ferelden would hear of her, however, because of the Awakening expansion. Da-da-da-da. But yes, that was Dragon Age Origins base game. I will be doing Awakening. As I mentioned, I think I'm going to record it as its own separate thing, with its own descriptions or whatever, because it does seem like its own expansion. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if I'll do that. I definitely will probably use a new thumbnail for it because it is a new. It's its own small. It's like a smaller Dragon Age Origins. Considering how long Dragon Age Origins is, you could imagine how long it could be. It's definitely shorter though. But for anyone who watched the full Dragon Age Origins playthrough from beginning to end, I shall give you the Hero Ferelden medal, because that's what we were. I should, as like a subcategory, also the Warrior medal, because I do believe the next game we will be playing the Garrett Hawk, just the default Garrett Hawk, because it makes imports in the next game 10 times easier. And since we played as a woman in this game, I figured we play as a male in the next game, and then maybe a woman in the next game after that, and then just keep rotating, since unlike the Mass Effect series where you're playing the same character every Dragon Age game, you seemingly play a different character. I will be playing the Leliana Song and the Darkspawn Chronicles for the channel. They'll come out after this, because they're like separate stories that you don't necessarily have to play, but if you do play them, you get cool unlocks for the game. Leliana's Song takes place before she became a Chantry sister, and when basically it shows the story of Marjolin's betrayal at Leliana's hand, or shows Leliana's betrayal at Marjolin's hand. You know what I'm trying to say. And then the Darkspawn Chronicles is a cool DLC where you get to replay the Battle of Denerim. However, you play as a general of the Darkspawn army, and it takes place in a timeline where the hero Ferelden died at the joining. So basically, Davith, you, and Jory all died at the joining, so that now Alistair had to do all of the all of this entire story to eventually die at your hands as the general. Which is an interesting take. It shows like what would happen if you, the main character, weren't there. Clearly it would have led to a failure. Not because Alistair was a failure of a general, it's just the fact that you were a better general. Because if you think, Alistair is a bad leader, but he did successfully gather an army. If you think about it, the fact that he managed to gather an army is 10 times impressive than him just coming up to the Archdemon saying, "Hey, time to die," and then succeeding because he's so OP. But yeah, we'll tackle those as soon as I'm ready. I'm not sure if I'll do it right away. As I said, I might want to take a small break from Dragon Age just to recharge my batteries, because it was a long game. It is a long game. So I probably will do Darkspawn Chronicles and then Leliana Song, take a break, continue on with Pathfinder and Kingmaker, maybe play a smaller game in between Awakening and Origins. I don't know which game I'd play, but just like something similar to like Nylumbra or Portal, where I just play for like a couple episodes and then it's done and I upload it. Then I'll come back to this. Oh my god, it's the Stairway to Mars song. Well, this is gonna be cut out, obviously. To the soldier, to the seer, eviction. This is war. It's a good song. It's I think the main trailer's song or whatever, but it's just weird to have this to be the credits song. But yeah, I'm gonna let these credits roll, and then next time you see me in this game, I'll be playing probably Leliana Song, and then I'll play the Darkspawn Chronicle. Get the story before we get the alternate timeline kind of thing. Not sure what I'll play in Dragon Age stead, at least for the small thing. But once I'm done Dragon Age for this quarter of gaming recording, not sure what I'll play next. I've been saying Dark Souls, but the reason why I didn't play Dark Souls is because it was a fantasy game, and I'm already playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, so I guess we'll wait for Dark Souls. Who knows? Maybe I'll play Metro Exodus or I don't know, something new. Maybe I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope you stick around for whatever I record next. Bye bye.